What's going on? This is Jada Black. I'm back with another video. I just want to say before I get started, make sure you like the Facebook page. Follow me on Twitter to get tomorrow's video tomorrow. And follow me on Instagram and all that other stuff, right? You know, some people aren't getting notifications. So I want you to make sure you get notifications by following my other social media. All right. Now, this video is going to be speaking about Master P and his divorce. Now, this was a story a year ago, but I'm speaking on it again because I was flipping through some channels and I was binge watching some stuff. I like to binge watch. I don't like to watch. I don't want to have to wait every week for a new episode. Sometimes I like to wait for the season to go through. Then I'll go back and binge watch. I was watching a couple of episodes of Growing Up in Hip Hop, the second season. And Master P is a big fixture this season, you know. And he was discussing his divorce, and he had a stack of paperwork from his ex-wife. I mean, it was a huge stack. And in it, he was discussing how she was suing Lil Romeo or Romeo Miller or whatnot. So he had to tell his son that his own mother was suing him. But while telling his son that, he then said that, you know what, it's not her fault. It's the lawyer's fault. They're putting her up to it. You know, they're the reason why she's trying to ruin what I have built. Not what she built, but what I have built. And that's very troubling. Not only because of the fact that his ex-wife was suing his son, but the fact that Master P was letting her off the hook. Even though he took steps to kick her out of the home that he had bought for them, that she was now living in, you know, because she had a new boyfriend and they were partying and she wasn't working and neglecting the children. He still said, you know what, it's not her fault. I don't know if he did that for TV, but I just don't understand letting women off the hook like that. I understood you was married to her for a long time and you still feel like you care about her, you know? You don't want her to be viewed in such a bad way. But I mean, she put herself in that position, man. When you have to sue your own son because of how greedy you are, that's troubling. Okay? Because there are plenty of divorces that happen and the women aren't suing their sons or daughters. They're mainly just suing the man, trying to get the money out of him. But this went to a whole nother look. Cause I didn't even know she sued him. I may have. What I might do is I might put a link to the original video I did, or I may just repost the video. I might just repost the video on this channel. I'm not sure yet. I'll know by the time I've posted this, because people be like, well, JDB, I've seen this video before. You're reposting this video. I've already seen it. Well, you'll know by the time you listen to this video that I reposted on purpose, and I may edit it to where you'll know the date that I had posted it, and I'm reposting it for a purpose. Now, it was about their divorce and the many things that were going on in that divorce. You know what I'm saying? There was a lot of shit going on in that divorce, man. So, you just don't see this type of greed, man. She already has a mansion in Calabasas, okay? I'm not sure the details. I think he was already paying her child support and alimony, but she went so step further to sue her son. I mean, you're a grown woman. I mean, you should know better than this. You should be able to talk to your lawyers because you've been in the spotlight for a long time. Master P has been making money for a long time. You've been living a very good lifestyle for a long time. You're used to dealing with lawyers. You're used to dealing with business people. And to say that the lawyers are why she's suing her own fucking son, I think you're being disingenuous. I actually like Master P on the show, by the way. I think he is the main reason why I'm still watching the show. Him and Dame Dash, even though you're seeing less Dame Dash, even though I've only seen a couple episodes so far. If you want to check out a show, you're bored, you're flipping through some channels, check out Growing Up in Hip Hop. All right. Because Master P is pretty entertaining on there. He has a radio show. I didn't even know he had a radio show, but I'm gonna go check it out and see what it's like. But he has his own radio show, so yeah. But anyway, he's entertaining. But anyway, I just don't understand how we as men keep allowing these women off the hook. You can say he's simping. No, he was with that woman for over 20 years. Maybe he still, cares about her and doesn't want her to be seen in a negative light. He also said that he wasn't going to allow her to, to send them back to the projects either. These divorces get extremely messy when money's involved, man. This is why, he didn't have a prenup. This is why she's able to sue him and sue his son and try to get as much money as she can. There was no prenup there. I know y'all are going to say, well, prenups don't work. Well, prenups are a starting point. The judge can choose to recognize it or not to recognize it. It's up to the judge. It's up to the laws, and it's up to the discrepancy in how, I might be saying that word wrong. It depends on how much more he's making and how much less she's making. Even though I think that these judges need to tell these women in these divorce proceedings, listen, you need to get a job. You need to get off your ass and get a job. Because you can't just live off of his money. All right? And women nowadays expect to live off a man's money more and more. The work ethic is gone. Even though you have plenty of women in corporate America, plenty of women getting degrees, you still have a large segment of women who will trade a lot of that in just to get a baby by a rich man. We know that this will happen. We've seen it on social media. You have Chief Keef's baby mamas bragging about child support. At least 2 or 3 of his baby mothers have put screenshots of the direct deposits that he has sent them. They have put it on social media. This is a type of mother that we have in society today. Even though Chief Keef isn't the best judge of women, he's shown his dysfunction. But I mean, damn. These women are raising children. And you have women who will see that and they say, he's paying these women thousands of dollars a month. Let me go and get pregnant by a rapper. It's a domino effect. You have girls and women who look up to these women. Even if these women aren't famous, they may have 100,000 followers on Instagram or 1 million followers on Instagram, but they have no talent. They have no career. But they look up to these women. Why do you think so many women are trying to look like Kim K? Trying to dress like her because they want to attract a guy like Kanye. Even though she pursued Kanye, Kanye didn't pursue her. People may not know that, but that's how they got together. But if you look at her track record, she's always gotten with a guy who had money, who had some type of fame. But she was married a couple of times. So it wasn't like she's never been married or never been engaged. She has. Okay? And Master P also said something that was interesting in an episode. In that same episode, he was talking to his son and they were discussing Angela Simmons and her boyfriend, her baby's father, and how he has a thug background. And Master P said, well, a lot of those Hollywood type chicks love thugs, They like dudes who have a criminal background. It turns them on. They like them. So when you see this notion that these women aren't trying to get with these dudes, that's not true. You got Angela Simmons, who comes from a 2-parent home, even though her mother is not, broke up with her father, and his father got remarried, but still, she had solid parents there for her, to help raise her and her brothers and sisters. And you go and you get with a guy like this, a guy who was said to have been cheating on you, a guy that you're only engaged to because you got horny and you had sex with him and you got pregnant, and to save face, you got engaged to him. But when it comes to Master P and his wife, this is a cautionary tale, man. Just because a woman has been with you for a long time and rides with you does not mean that when it comes to a divorce, that she's not going to be very savage, that she's not going to want to take everything from you. Because if she doesn't have a career or a talent or has looks, she's going to try to get as much as she can, and all of that love and affection and just history that you have with each other is not going to mean a damn thing.